I'm not stripping, I promise. Unless you're into that. Alright guys, let's talk about this. Now that we're done screwing around, let's get to business. This week on Jay's Side Friday, episode 15 of season 2, we're gonna do some random stuff today. First things first, we're gonna start with the game. It's a little bit of an extended version of our favorite game, but let's get to it. Welcome to another episode of What's in the Box? Today we're actually a little bit of a road trip to play What's in the Box. I will tell you, I'm headed about an hour from home, and it's gonna be rad. Hopefully there's 3 stops. Let's see what transpires in What's in the Box, mobile edition. So our first stop is in Alden, New York, where I'm about to pull in and pick up some goodies for Red Rocket, and maybe even something for B-side if the guy brought it. He said he didn't know if he still had it, but we'll find out in a minute. So step 1 is complete. I picked up this thing, which we will talk about in a minute, but they did not have the thing for B-side. It was a big lumpy cam for the El Chapo. But we're on to step number 2. This is gonna take us to Batavia, New York, where I'm gonna pick up something for the house. I don't know what it could be. Let's just find out. So step 2 is done. I'll give you a sneak peek, and we'll talk about it later. Did you see that in the back? So, anyway, now we're on to round 3. Now we're headed to Leroy, New York, and then hopefully duck back through Brockport and get back home. On the road again. Can't wait to get back on the road again. Back on the road. Step number 3, done, complete. Worked out great. Got something for another toy. We're gonna have to like go through the truck when I get home because it's getting full of stuff. But I'm gonna not bragging, but I'm gonna go do some dumpster diving, kinda. You'll see. Oh, what is back there? More junk. Can't wait. Driving by an old farm and I saw this thing out there. We'll talk about it when we get home, but sweet. Alright, so we made it home safe and sound. You ready? What's in the box? You know what? I don't know if I can open this easily. We're gonna move over here. This is actually pretty cool. The box. It says race car parts. Obviously, they didn't have a race car. But what it is, it's from Jegs. Yep. Today we bought a Jegs branded intake. You ready? Still in the packaging. Fits a 302, aka Red Rocket. It's a dual plane. A little bit taller rise. Basically a Performer RPM bootleg. Good to like $6 roughly. Got it for 75 bucks. Can't beat that. Guy was in a carburetor's Mustang and then gave up because he realized that was just silly. Then made a little bit of a trip and bought some snow fence. Now, that's the free one. That's the other free one. They one of them was on the side of the road, and one of them was at somebody's house. But there's a ton of it. And we're going to put it out in the woods to block people from creeping up our driveway. On top of that, I got these. Yeah, they're ugly. But they fit the van. We're going to walk over there real quick. I got 4 of these wheels. They're like just some kind of cheapo Monte Carlo superstars. So what is on there now are the factory rims. Which are really ugly. I was going to scuff them up and paint them black, but then I found these guys. Hey! Alright, so let's try this again. Sorry about that. The dog apparently decided he was going to go run down some fishermen hanging out in my backyard. Super annoying fishermen. Super annoying. But anyway, those wheels right there, I think we're going to scuff them up. We're going to paint them black, put some shiny new lug nuts on them, and maybe some more all-terrain tires for the van. That's the plan. So anyway, today was successful. I covered a ton of ground. And yeah, killed it. Got some freebies. Oh, I didn't even tell you the best part. Those wheels cost me 20 bucks for all 4. Super cool. Anyway, that's it for today's What's in the Box. Like I said, it's going to be different today. So that was a little bit of wrench fetishy stuff, meaning the intake was for the Red Rocket and the wheels were for the van, but the snow fence is for the house. We'll call it homesteading. But this takes us to our next segment, which is basically more homesteading stuff. We're going to talk about rakes because last weekend we were doing this. The snow melted, so it was time to get some cleaning done, and we decided to burn some brush. But I blew up my rake while doing trail work, so we did some drift stitches on that guy. And it was time to just go buy a new rake. So hit up the local Lowe's Home Improvement for their winter, what was it? Spring Black Friday? Something like that? Whatever. So today I figured while we're doing yard work, you know, because it's actually nice out, I decided I needed a new rake because the one I have, we broke working on dirt bike track, mini bike track. As you can see here, it got the mad drift stitches going on. It works. It's flimsy. It was cheap. I'm gonna call it out that this thing is like 12 bucks, I think. So while at the store buying other stuff, I picked up this guy. This is the I don't know if you can see it. It's the whatever Craftsman wood handle 30-inch leaf rake, you know, stick proof thing. It's got like stuff. It's real wide. This guy cost something like 17 bucks, so 3 bucks more than the cheapo. Then I bought this guy. What is this guy? This is the that thing. Yep, same thing, 26-inch, different handle. This is an aluminum handle versus the wood handle, but with a crazy top. You see that thing? It's like Freddy Krueger with leaf rakes. So what I'm gonna do is, we've already raked half this yard with the one rake. I'm gonna one at a time test these. Now, I didn't say it, but this guy right here was about 20 bucks at Lowe's. So they're like $3, $4 increments between all of them. But
I'm going to just give them both a shot, and we're going to see if one of them's better than the other. I will say right off the bat, that right there is lame. That's going to be the failure point typically on a leaf rake. The fact that this guy has a little bit of support in there, I think this thing is going to be the winner here for the extra, you know, what is it, $6 from this guy. I'll take the $6. Whatever. Let's see how they work. Okay. That one cuts great.
Yeah.
Just bury it right up in this stuff. There you go. Try to break it. It's got a warranty. Oh, we got something in there. Where this one did not.
Yeah, so a little bit entailed here, like a little bit of too much detail on a rake. Let's be honest, it's just a rake. But I will say that the both new rakes were a huge improvement over the old rakes. And I can't wait to see how they hold up in time because they work so darn good. Yeah, if you want to know more, hit me up. Anyway, we did a bike ride this week. There's a picture right there. That was what I like to call the Seneca Loop outside of Rochester, New York, that runs from the lake up towards the city and back. Looks very secluded, but you're actually in the middle of the city. Kind of cool. While out there, we saw this guy, somebody's homemade burn can that looked like a little metal person. If it had little arms, I'd think it was a robot, but it didn't. Was really neat. I give him credit. It had hinges and stuff on it. Must have worked out pretty good. What else did we do? Went to the zoo, right? Seneca Park Zoo, where you see this sign, "Don't howl at the wolves." Ow! We still howled at the wolves. They didn't care. I'm sure they hear it a lot. There's a rhino, just for the heck of it. Yeah. Yeah, so this takes us to some outdoor shenanigans, maybe? It's been really muddy. If you can watch that video playing right there, it's super muddy out on the pit bike track. And little guy is a little bit scared of muck. But we decided to take it in the house, indoor garage. And we've been talking about this project right here. And I'm just going to skip over to it real quick. There's some pictures and stuff. Yeah.
Pick it up now.
So what that used to be is a old Craftsman lawnmower, and the front end's pretty banged up, and it ran when I parked it. I'm sure we've all heard that. But I think what we're gonna do, if we see how he's sitting on that, I think the next step, we're gonna cut that frame and stretch it. And we're gonna do some more tinkering. That's gonna be an interesting project for the little guy, and hopefully he won't tear my lawn up while he's doing donuts in it. That's an old racing seat in there, by the way, out of an old gasser that I bought at a swap meet. And I have two, which means there may be two of these projects going up once the first one's done. Anyway, we've talked about just about everything for this week. We've got a few things coming up pretty soon, but until then, I'm gonna let you go because I got stuff to do. Until next time, folks. Josh from the J Side Friday. Toodles.